It's shed update time, everybody, and wanted to let you have a look at this. We got our base made for the bench. Still no drawers, obviously. The way this works is we have a solid piece in the bottom here, and then we have the uprights, and that's where the drawer slides will be mounted to. And then we have two horizontal pieces here and there, one here, one there, and then the top will be the bench top will be screwed on from underneath to that. And back here we have one short upright piece back in here to attach it to the wall, and then on the bottom it'll be screwed into the base, and of course the base will be attached to the wall. But the idea was to be as conservative as I could with materials and still make it strong. So with that in mind, we did make a solid bottom. That way if anything falls out of the drawers, it's going to land on that, and I'll be able to pick that up real easy. That'll be sealed back against the plywood wall there. So if anything rolls backwards, the wall will stop it. And of course, having that vertical piece in the back is going to help me attach it to the wall. And I have a really cool idea for the backsplash. Hope you tune in for that. It's going to be really cool how I get that done, and it'll seal it up real nice and keep things from rolling back. If there's a small gap, you can get a small washer or screw sliding back in there, then you lose it. I did want to show you this also. Of course, the bench is over 8 feet long, just over 8 feet long. And I could have went a little more conservative with that. I could have went just exactly 8 feet, and then I wouldn't have a seam. You see, I had to put a couple little extensions there, and then there's another extension on the bottom on this side on the back. And could have made it a little bit smaller, but I'm trying to get as much bench top space and drawer space, because that extra length, that's that length times how many ever drawers I put in there. So I'll gain a little bit more drawer space. But I did want to show you these pocket screws, how I did this, and I just made these out of scrap. They're not exactly the same size. They're maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 inch smaller than this. Basically all you do is just put them in your pocket screw jig, or use the clamp on pocket screw joinery jig, and drill your holes and then screw it in. And there's a it looks like a vice grip, but it's got two big round pads on it where you clamp it, and that holds these where they're pretty close to being parallel with each other, nice and level. Now this one here is off just a little bit, because this plywood for some reason is about a 1/16 of an inch smaller than this one. This is a new piece, this is an older piece. I think probably this piece here probably just I was old and shrunk a little bit, so that's okay. And it's going to be hid by the bench top anyway. You're not going to be able to see this. There'll be a 1.5 inch thick bench top made out of 2x6s. The 2x6s are laid flat, and I'm going to actually use pocket screws to hook the cross pieces together. It'll be basically like a big ladder that will go across here, and then 3/4 inch plywood on top of that, and then a high pressure laminate. And because we're over 8 feet, I am going to have a seam on that side. That's going to be the left side. I'm going to have a seam on that side, and we'll deal with that easily enough. That's the side over there that probably isn't going to get quite as much use, so I'm going to put the seam over there. That also tuck it away, and then you have a nice work surface over here. The drawers, that drawer and that drawer are the same size, so whenever I cut the drawers, I should be able to just cut whatever size drawers I cut for this side. I just double that, and I'm also making the drawers for this side. And over here, originally the charging station was going to be on that side, but we're actually going to move it. We're going to put it over here. And then this side here, I thought we would have a deep drawer in the bottom, probably about 6 or 8 inches deep, and then a series of small shallow drawers, kind of like what you would see in a machine shop for like machinist tools and files and things like that. Because remember, on this side over here, we're going to have the parts washer. So that's the update for now. Next time you see me, this will be put in place, and I'll have the top done, and I'll show you how I did the pocket screws on the top. It's 2x material, which is 1.5 inches thick, and With that being said, we'll put 2 pocket screws on the top and then 2 more on the bottom, and I'll show you how that works. But while I have you on the video, I want to do a little an informal tool review. I bought this adapter that adapts the 18 volt over to the lithium-ion 20 volt batteries, and this is the regular 18 volt here, and you can see it's not as attractive as just a regular battery, and it does stick out a little bit further. But the battery slides in nice and easy. Now the adapter, which try and do this with one hand here, the adapter, which you have to press in on both sides, one here and one on the other side, press in on that, and then that pulls out. You do have to put a fair amount of pressure on that. But on some of the reviews I read, some people were complaining about how difficult that was. I will say, with the battery installed, I can't get my hand up there far enough to pull the battery and the adapter out all at once. I have to pull the battery off and then pull the adapter, which I don't think that's too big of a deal. But I am going to be getting another adapter, and because a lot of times you use 2 tools. Like I was using this is the drill, and then this is the driver, and you can see this sets up right. Which another part, one of the things I read in the tool review was with the adapter on there, you can't set the tool upright. You can only lay it down. Which, okay, you could lay it down. That's fine. But I wanted to just show you. This is your regular DeWalt drill, and there it is. There it is. It's setting up right. I can just set it down like that, and it sets up pretty decently. I'm kind of bumping it a little bit, and it's still not really falling over. Now there's other styles of drills, and I can't guarantee that your drill would stand up like that. But I don't know what the problem is with the guy who wrote that review, but it seems to be fine to me. It does angle it up just a little bit more, where this one here is flat. That one there was the same way. It was level with the ground, and so it just angles it up a little bit more, but it doesn't affect it. And so far I've worn out 2 of these batteries, and I'm still only about 2/3 of the way through the charge on that one. If we look in the back here, yeah, there's a battery light indicator, and we got, see, last time it was only 1, but I'd been using it, so from its setting it probably gained a little bit more of its charge back. Sometimes they'll just kind of bounce back a little bit, especially since I brought it in out of the sun, brought it inside here. It's a little cooler now, so it might have got a little bit of its charge back. But so there it is. So far, 2 of those batteries. This is actually the 3rd charge on that one, and I'm still on the 1st charge on this one, so battery life seems to be pretty decent. If you like what you've seen here, like and subscribe. See you in the next video.